These 5 fragrances get me more compliments than my last haircut, and it was a really good haircut. Today we're going to be doing an audience request video. This came through as a comment on one of my previous videos. Somebody had requested to hear from me what I think are the 5 designer fragrances that get me the most compliments. So today we're going to review 5 designer fragrances that are sure to get you compliments, because if they can compliment me, they're certainly going to compliment you. And I'm going to give you my 2 cents on those 5 fragrances, so let's get going. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is my 2 cents. My name is Sean. If you are a new viewer, then welcome to the channel. And if you have seen our videos before, then welcome back. Before we get started, I do want to say, if you like fast-paced fragrance reviews and you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean so much to me, and it would really mean a lot to the algorithm as well. All right, let's get started. So I have so much niche perfumery behind me. I have so many different brands. Somebody actually brought it to my attention that I have not reviewed any designer fragrances, and the request came through. I forgot who it was. Whoever it is, please leave me a comment. I'm sorry, I just responded to it. I thought it was a good idea and I put it together. But these are going to be the 5 designer fragrances that I get the most compliments. Designer fragrances for me can be hit or miss. Some of them can be really synthetic smelling and really cheap smelling, and some of them really hit hard. I didn't want to go ahead and include some of the more obvious ones like Sauvage or Sauvage Elixir, that sort of thing. These 5 for me, some of them new, some of them are old, are going to be the ones that hit the hardest for me. But let's get started with the first one. The first fragrance that brings in the compliments for me in the designer world is Y by Yves Saint Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent's men's fragrances are built around the idea of modern and stylish masculinity. Think fresh but sexy, clean yet edgy, and the Y line for them has been their biggest hit in the last decade. So the Y Eau de Parfum is really the definitive modern fresh DNA. It's clean, it's aromatic, it's a little sweet, but it's incredibly wearable. So what you've got here in the notes, you've got apple, you've got bergamot, you've got ginger, sage, juniper berry, and geranium, and then there's tonka, cedar, and amberwood in the base. This fragrance was actually crafted by master perfumer Dominique Ropion, who you remember from Portrait of a Lady fame. Right off the bat in this fragrance, you get that apple note. There's a sweet, crisp, clean scent. This is sort of a blue fragrance with an apple crispness to the top. This is one of those fragrances that you can wear during the day. You can wear this at night. You can wear it on a date. It smells like you've really got your life together. So somebody's gonna smell this and they're gonna say, okay, this is a pleasant fragrance. I've worn this out to dinner before. I've walked past people. I've gotten compliments on it. This is a clean, very wearable blue fragrance with sort of an apple sage crispness to the top of it. It will definitely get you compliments. It definitely projects, and I think it's very well crafted. I think it's blended beautifully and it's well put together. This is a universally pleasant fragrance. It's modern. It smells youthful but not juvenile. And I think this is a clean, confident fragrance that's easy to be around, and the ladies love it. Apparently an apple a day really does keep the compliments coming. So on the list here is Yves Saint Laurent's Y Eau de Parfum. All right, moving on to number 2 in the lineup. These aren't ranked. Once again, these aren't ranked. Number 2 in the lineup is from the house of Emporio Armani. This is Stronger With You Intensely. Now, I know there's been 86 versions of this. There's Stronger With You Intensely, Aromatically, Adorably, Seldomly, Engineeringly, Industrially, Figuratively. But this is Stronger With You Intensely. If you think about Armani's men's fragrances through the years, they've sort of revolved around smoothness, warmth, elegance, and sort of just a real approachable luxury. The Stronger With You line has become very popular, and it's become a real date night choice for people. It's warm, it's sweet, it's sensual, it's inviting, it's approachable. Stronger With You Intensely is actually the richest in the whole lineup. It's warm, it's sweet, it's spicy, it's slightly addictive. So what you're smelling here, you've got pink pepper in the top, you've got juniper, you've got violet. In the middle, you've got toffee with cinnamon and lavender, and then you've got some vanilla, tonka, suede, and amber in the base. This is definitely one of the sweeter fragrances. It's warm, but it's not over the top. I definitely get that tonka note, but it's not over the top gourmandy and really sweet. It's definitely wearable. Think about warm sugar. You've got like a roasted chestnut sort of smell. There's soft woods with a little bit of spice. This is sweet, comforting, and sexy. It's really got the trifecta, and it's become a very popular date fragrance, and I understand very well why. This one gets compliments, I think, because there's a warmth to it. It's very inviting. It's very comforting to people. The suede keeps it a little bit smooth without it smelling cheap or cloying. As I said, this is good for fall, it's good for winter, it's good for date nights, it's good for cuddling, this is good for nights out. This is a very, very versatile fragrance for anything that you're going to do probably at night, specifically in fall or winter. You can think of this one sort of as the scent equivalent of a cozy blanket, but sort of a sexy one. That's number 2 on the list. This is Armani, Stronger With You Intensely. Moving on to number 3 in the lineup, we've got Bleu de Chanel L'Exclusif by Chanel. I know my French is terrible. L'Exclusif, L'Exclusif, Exclusive. So if you think about Chanel's men's lineup, think about luxury, think about refinement, think about exclusivity. Bleu has been, without a doubt, their most popular modern release, and the L'Exclusif version is the elevated version of that. Do I like the original version of Bleu? Yes, I do. But you can think of this one as a cleaner, smoother, richer, almost a premium version of Bleu. So what you've got here in the notes, you've got a burst of citrus at the beginning. You've got bergamot. I think there's lemon there. There's lavender in the middle. You can smell mint. There's sandalwood, cedar, incense. There's some amber. There's some musk in the base here. This has definitely got the DNA of a Bleu fragrance, but it's very refined. There's a clean citrus to it. There's a smooth, woody texture to it. This is definitely a complementable fragrance, and one of the reasons for that is I think there's a familiarity to this. I think it's recognizable, but better. This is one of those fragrances that smells expensive without trying. It's clean, it's safe, it's masculine, although I do have a problem with the price tag on this. Most of these are a little bit more affordable than this. This is the most expensive of the 5 that I'm going to show you. The 50 ml bottle, which is the one I have, is $205, but it is very versatile. You could wear this year round. You could wear it to the office. You could wear this on dates. You can wear it to events. You can wear this just around shopping. I think this really just literally works everywhere. And I do think it smells expensive. Of all the fragrances here that I am reviewing for you today, this is the one that someone's going to smell you and they're going to say, oh yeah, he has excellent credit. I've actually worn this fragrance to the gym before, and 2 women came up to me and asked me what I was wearing. Like I said, I think there's a familiarity to it, but it just smells elevated. It just smells a little bit better. So that was number 3 on the list, Bleu de Chanel, L'Exclusif by Chanel. All right, moving on to number 4. This is from the house of Gucci. It is Guilty Absolu de Parfum. So if you know anything about Gucci's releases in the past, they tend to be unpredictable. Some of them have been classic, some of them have been weird, some of them have been a bit too experimental. Guilty Absolu is probably their boldest release in years. There's nothing really sweet about this. This is going for pure woods and leather. This is a dry, woody, smoky, leathery, masculine fragrance. All right, so let's go through the notes. You've got leather, you've got cypress, you've got patchouli, you've got vetiver, and you've got dry woods. There's nothing making this sweet. Nothing is trying to make this pretty. This is a very masculine fragrance. Of all the fragrances that I'm reviewing for you today, this one stands out the hardest. It smells confident. It does not smell safe. This is a grown man's scent. This is not trying to be pretty. It's not trying to smell delicate. It's not a blue scent at all. I think people have complimented me with this one because it's different from all the other fragrances. As a matter of fact, if you combine this with all the other niche fragrances in the cabinets behind me, this one does not smell like any of those fragrances at all. It definitely has a strong leather vibe off the top. So besides all the compliments that I've gotten with this fragrance, I do have to give you one caveat with this. One time somebody told me it smelled like urinal cakes, and now I can't get that out of my head whenever I smell it, and I hate him for telling me that. But if you can get past that, this fragrance is very, very wearable. It is very confident, it's very sexy, it's very trendy, and it's very modern. This is for a guy that makes confident decisions, maybe on a date, maybe in the office, or maybe at the urinal. All right, so that was number 4 on the list. This is Gucci Guilty Absolu de Parfum. The last entry on the list is going to be by the House of Prada, and it is Prada L'Homme. I think this is probably the oldest of the 5 fragrances. Maybe not, maybe the Yves Saint Laurent. I don't know when that was crafted. Prada is really the house of clean luxury. You can sort of think of their fragrances as sort of the equivalent of a freshly ironed new shirt. This one's really no exception. This one is a clean, powdery iris scent, and it has neroli in it, and it's got real luxury linen vibes. So the verified notes here are, as I said, you've got neroli, you've got cardamom, iris, geranium, there's some cedar, some patchouli, some amber. As you can see, this is my favorite of the lineup. I've used this one almost completely. I used to wear this all the time. The iris in here sort of gives this a luxury hotel lobby, elegant vibe, yet it's understated and polished at the same time. This gives you that really professional, trustworthy, well put together vibe. People like it because they really like a clean iris scent. It's not a loud fragrance, it's extremely magnetic. People like this because it's unique. I don't know how many dupes there are of this. They also like a really clean iris scent, which this has. This has a very confident, put together person sort of vibe. It's a great first impression fragrance. This is something that you'll stand out with this fragrance, but not in a bad way. This is not going to be a very loud fragrance. This isn't going to be a very soft fragrance. It's really right down the middle, and it's very, very pleasant. But as I said, I used to wear this fragrance all the time about 8 years ago. Since my collection has grown, I stopped wearing it as much as I did. But if you want to smell well put together and make a good first impression, or you just want to smell like me from 8 years ago, Prada L'Homme is for you. All right, so that was it. That is 5 designer fragrances that I have gotten compliments on. Let me know if I've missed anything. If you think I've missed something, or if you have a designer fragrance that you get compliments on all the time, definitely leave me a comment, write it down. I'd like to get the conversation going. Or let me know which one of these 5 is your favorite. As I said, I like them all. The Prada is definitely my favorite of the whole group, but let me know which one you like. Definitely leave me a comment. If you like the video or if you like any of these 5 fragrances, give me a thumbs up. Aside from that, if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please do. I want to say thanks for watching. That was my 2 cents on 5 designer fragrances, and I hope to see you again next episode. Bye, everyone.